Well, there is no doubt that the Prime Minister's housing announcement on Sunday, pitched ostensibly to young people, has captured headlines. The real question is, has it captured votes? Put simply, the coalition policy will allow first home buyers to withdraw 40% of their superannuation balance up to a maximum of $50,000 for a home deposit. The super withdrawal would then have to be returned, including a proportion of the capital gain if the property was sold. Now, maths tend to get in the way. The median price of a unit in Sydney is just under $800,000. The maths would tell you that you'd need a $160,000 deposit in order to have a look in. Stripping your superannuation of $50,000 would still leave you with a long way to go. Then there's the question of how much money young ones have left in their superannuation account. Remember, during coronavirus, something approximating 3 million Australians withdrew a total of $36 billion from their superannuation, and many under 35 actually drained their accounts. Then there are further disturbing statistics which make the take-up of such a proposal to be in all likelihood very limited. Tax Office statistics for the 2018-19 financial year show the average 30 to 34-year-old couple had a combined superannuation balance of $72,000. If under the plan they can only withdraw 40% to help buy a house, that's a fairly piddling $29,000. The 25 to 29-year-olds have even less, and they would, on Tax Office statistics, qualify for withdrawal of only $14,000. Well, the other thing to remember, of course, is that many of these young people carry significant HECS debts, which are a millstone around their necks for years. This is a far more complicated issue than the Prime Minister's announcement would have you believe, notwithstanding that he is, I'm sure, well-intentioned. It's prompted by the simple question, can young people afford to buy a house? Compulsory superannuation, for all its advantages, is about taking money from the worker and sticking it aside for retirement. And currently that amount out of your pay is 10%, legislated to rise to 12%. Many workers would say, well, I'd rather have the money now to help me afford a better standard of living. But the deductions are compulsory, made somewhat attractive by the fact that the super contributions are taxed at only 15 cents in the dollar. But of course, that also means that people on big salaries who would be paying a high rate of tax get the biggest benefit from the tax rate being reduced to 15 cents. So on the one hand, the young would-be home buyer is forced to put money into super, then being told that he or she can take it out, but then they must put it back if the home is sold. There are several problems here, unrelated to the announcement by the Prime Minister, but which mitigate against the likelihood that many voters will find the proposal attractive. As I've already said, many of these young people are saddled with unconscionable levels of HECS debt. How they pay that off, pay rent and save for a deposit, I have absolutely no idea.